Bertha.
Good morning.
Is
And
it a
good
good
morning to
morning? Is it a good
this morning.
morning?
Is it good? For me, it's good. It is snowing where I am. There is a
Oh
snowstorm in
God,
Kansas
where
City,
are
Missouri.
you? Ugh.
Here you go. We're,
Um, Girl, I hate snow.
we're in
I do not like snow.
we're
I
in Kansas
hate
City, Mo.
snow.
The city is mourning the loss of UK versus the world for
Oh,
Monét.
work. Hydrangea's in the game now. She just won Drag Race. She gonna put her big pussy in your ugly face.
Did you um did you send a congratulations to the queen of the mother tucking world?
I have not spoken to her yet. I'm gonna send her a little WhatsApp. Do you do that? Do
This
you find that when you,
this in the
because we're in
UK?
the States, we don't use, you also sound really, Bob, you sound really low. Is it sound low for you? My volume is all the
Is
way
the
up.
game? Is that
Maybe.
better?
Oh, that sounds great. That sounds great, dear darling. I wanted to do an impersonation of Blue.
No, blue's more like, oh mommy, oh mommy.
You just did
She
what I
says that a lot.
did.
You do yours again.
Do yours again.
No, do your blue.
Um,
You sound like Lawrence Chaney. Do it again.
now I can't remember what I said. Uh, um,
You
I
said
wanted to do a
great,
little.
which is Lawrence. You're like,
I
oh, it
wanted
sounds
to, I
great.
wanted to do a little impersonation of Blue, because Blue talks like this.
She goes, oh mommy, Bob, I was watching the shower. I was in the shower, taking a shower
Not
the other
Boo.
day. Oh, I was taking a shower the other day, and I thought to myself, actually, I think I'll send home my biggest competition.
Okay, here's a question. Are you a fan of the strategy of sitting home? Because people love to say in interviews, not you specifically, people be like, I wish the girls and all stars would like do more strategy, like send home the biggest competitor. And now we're in a season where people actually did that. People are like, I can't believe they sent home the biggest competitors. They're such fucking pussies. Like, I'm like, y'all can't have it both ways. Either you want them to play like
It's
the
the
game, like
pejorative
some
for
survivor shit.
me.
Oh my God.
It's the
Either y'all
pejorative.
want to play, either you want to play the game like like fucking Survivor or fucking Big Brother, or you want them to play the Trinity. Listen. At the end of the game, I want to go against my biggest competition. I'm not sending girls home who are strong.
I want to say, okay, first of all, okay. I I don't know. I've never been in this situation. I feel like I would send home. I'm team Heidi in closet. Heidi in closet said, if you send home your biggest competition, you still won. You still beat them. That's what Heidi in closet
Right,
said. She said that on the pit stop with Trixie. If you send home your biggest competition, you still beat them. I
right.
know that you didn't play like that. You were playing that
Yes,
nice
I do.
game.
I mean, yes, okay, no, that's not true, Bob. When I had the chance, had I won that lip sync against against Naomi, I would have sent Manila home. I chose the lip sync. I was absolutely going for the biggest
But
competition.
all I'm saying is,
Absolutely.
look, all I'm saying is Naomi did what you couldn't. Naomi did what you was afraid to do. Naomi
I was
came
not
through.
afraid to do it.
Naomi made the most iconic TV moment and
Oh my
said,
God.
"Life's not fair." The icon Naomi Smalls, icon.
What is that song?
Well, actually, you want to hear the real tea?
What?
It is by Aisha Erotica, but I recently found out that, well, maybe this is not my tea to spill, but all I've heard is that sample was actually stolen from an artist that I really adore. Let's put it that way.
Monét Exchange? Work.
Yes, one
Yeah,
exchange.
it does. Well, Bob, this is
Bitch,
not
I would have sent home
watchery.
RuPaul. Bitch, I would have sent home the biggest competition. RuPaul, life's not fair. Put that shit in whiteout. What's good? Mine
Wait,
was good.
have you heard the song?
Yeah, I was gagged because have you heard it? Bitch, RuPaul did not set foot back in the studio. It is just a remix of all Rue's old songs. It's literally it's
Yeah,
just it's Rue's biggest hits made into like a 3-minute club mix. I was expecting a
yeah,
verse or something. It is
yeah.
literally just a song made of songs that already exist. I was
Yeah.
gagged.
Maybe this is just a little taste, and then they're gonna give us a bop in the summer. Who knows?
Nah, but Blue X Rue is a good name for a group. Blue X Rue, that shit was fierce.
I like Rublu, like almost like Roblox.
It also could have been Mo Rue.
Moru. Oh my god, if I won, yeah, yeah.
Bagaroo.
Panru.
Well, Pan did not make the she did not make close to the finale,
Jimru.
Mary. Who?
Jimru.
Rujubi.
Bob, this is not sibling watchery. This is advisory. We need to get to the advice giving.
Everyone thought we were too nice in the last episode.
Oh, they did. They always think that when we have so many fights in a row, they're like,
Y'all don't realize that
the girls are trying to be nice to each other now. I see them trying to be nice to each other.
Well, y'all don't realize that sometimes we will record the fight episodes back to back with episodes where we're nice to each other. Like we're not, it's not like some devious game where we're trying to peaks and valleys of being nice and mean. This is just the ebb and flow of our relationship. And also, I will say this to the folks who I appreciate your fervor, but the folks who are taking this too serious, y'all are are wild. The folks who were taking this like Bob is people were like Monét is I read a comment that was like, I'm shaking right now. I had to call out of work. You don't understand how much I rely on this podcast for my mental health. I'm like, this is too much.
You're back.
Oh, I was just saying, like, people who are like, you don't understand how much this podcast is a part of my mental health is too much. Y'all are doing it's too much.
Well, also, Bob swears that it's the Monét stands that are these big, nasty monster bitches. People like, my fans, people who stand me, they are always kind and they don't ever speak ill.
No,
They're just the sweetest little angels. And Bob was like, Monét fans be like, Bob is stupid, big, black, ugly bitch. We fucking hate her. We're going to fucking slice her neck. Bob swears. Bitch, you swear. That's your people.
Team Bob is always like, Team Bob, when we're doing it, we're like joking. We're like, ha, 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 he.
And we're not joking?
No. Your fans be like, I literally feel bad for I can't even watch this episode. I actually had to log out. It hurt me.
You are so full of shit.
No,
you
Monét,
are so full of shit.
Jacob, play the first question. I will find some of the highlights from Team Phone. Jacob, play the first question, baby.
Hi, Bob and Monét. So I'm a 28-year-old female, and I have been in an on and off again relationship with this guy for the past 5 years. When things are great, they're great. And when things are bad, we get into arguments. We don't talk for months. And then when he reaches back out to me, we get back on and we go through this vicious cycle again and again. It started when I was 23. I'm now 28, and it is getting old. Have you guys ever been in a situation where you're just on and off with somebody and you can't seem to let go? And if so, how are you able to break it off? How are you able to end it completely? Thanks.
Ooh, girl, 5 years. That's
a lot of your life.
A long time.
That's too much of your time.
If you're 28, that is roughly about 20% of your life. That means you spend 20% of your life going back and forth with this person.
Not my name, a mathematician. Oh shit. I mean, I'm gagged that like you graduated, you were graduating college age and you are now fully in your Saturn's return and you've been fucking with the same nigga the whole time. That's too much, in my humble opinion. And, to be honest, I don't have any advice based on any experience of mine. But I do think that it sounds like this is causing you distress. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't seem like it feels good to you. It seems like it is time for you to prioritize yourself and how you're feeling. And also know that, in my opinion, there are people in the world who are more compatible for you than this person you've been awning and offing with for the last 5 years. You know what I mean? Because if you don't stop it now, if you've been doing it for 5 years, your brain will let you do it for another 5. Sometimes we get comfortable with the sometimes what starts to feel normal.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I agree. I think you are in a toxic relationship. This has been going on way too long. And it's not a thing where you're like you're playing this thing like, well, I don't know. You have clearly said like 3 times in your message that this is not good for you. You don't like this. So I think I've never been in this situation romantically, but sexually, of course. And I know they're 2 different things. So sexually, there are different stakes, and there's
What's the
different.
difference here?
To me, to me, sexually, I didn't feel like that. Like it was not an emotional thing. Like I felt like I could cut it off at any time, but I kept on going back because the sex was so good and we had such good sex. But emotionally, I knew that it meant nothing and it never would be nothing. So I put it in that side of my brain. But since it is an emotional entanglement that is toxic, I think that you need to dead it. Like you need to let the person know, and then also erase. Delete the contact, and if you need to, block them on social media, like on Instagram or on Twitter, so they can't contact you. Because if you have tried to do this before, I'm sure when you try to dead it, the person found a way to hit you back up, and you were like they sent you a DM, and you were like, okay, and then the whole cycle started over again. So I think the solution is deleting the phone number, at least for now. Deleting the phone number, blocking the social media, so they can't get in touch with you. So you have time, whether it's a month, 2 months, 6 months, 2 weeks, whatever time you need, so you can detox that person out of your space, and you don't see the name, and you can't call them, and you can't contact them, because then that just starts the cycle over and over again. So delete the numbers, block the social media, and give yourself that time.
Blocking someone causes more drama, though. You don't think that? Like sometimes not responding, like blocking someone causes even more drama. Sometimes for people.
But I think that's where they're at, though, because
she's Instagram. So and so blocked me on Twitter. You know.
But sometimes you need that. And it's and in the social media where people have so much access to you, there are so many gateways for people to get access to you. Bitch, back in the day with our parents, once a person couldn't call you on the phone, then that was it. Like it was like that was a wrap. But now, okay, don't call you. All right, I'm a DM you on Facebook. All right, I'm gonna hit you up on Instagram. All right, I'm gonna hit you up on Twitter. I'm gonna tag you in a TikTok video. There are so many ways for people to get in contact with you now. So I think that is a solution. Is like deading it so that they cannot contact you, because you're weak to that person. You want to talk to them, even though you know you shouldn't. So I think that's the best way.
I would recommend some open communication before you do that. If you think,
for sure.
Also, I'm gonna give y'all a really bit of toxic advice. If someone blocks you on everything and you really need to give them a message, send them $1 on Venmo and attach.
Oh my God. Bob, what if the person listens to this? Not a person going to do that.
Write the message.
Bitch, not even $1, a penny. Give them a penny on Venmo. A penny for your thoughts.
And they'll check it. But the question is, will they be bold enough to block you on Venmo? Bitch, when they block you on Venmo, it's a wrap, honey.
You are so toxic. That is so toxic. I can't.
What's our next one, Jacob?
I think that's it.
Work. All right.
I can read the first one.
Yeah.
Hey, Bob and Monét. My friend has a huge dilemma. We were hanging out in a car and she checked her man's location and he was at a massage parlor around 10 p.m. It's known to give happy endings. We went to the parlor and his car was there, but they said he wasn't in the shop. We pretended we left and saw him leave the shop trying to hide his face. My friend is super upset because she's stuck in a lease and she cannot support herself on her own. What is the best advice you could give to her? Love you both. Sincerely, unhappy endings. Okay, go ahead. You go first.
Well, there's a few things going on here. I mean, just because he was in the massage parlor that gives happy endings does not mean that he got a happy ending. But the lying is certainly indicative of a problem, in my humble opinion. It is a red flag. I really hate to sound like a broken record, but it's really intriguing to me how often the answer is just open and honest communication. And sometimes open and honest communication leads to a scenario that we might not be ready for. Sometimes that leads to you openly communicate, and then you realize it is time to move on. It is time to let go. Being in a lease for me is not enough reason to stay with someone. That is mental anguish. Now, this is coming from someone I've been evicted before. I got evicted when I was like 19 years old. And honestly, I got over it. I ended up being fine in the end. I didn't get evicted because of like, I'm talking about how like the roughness of having a legal situation with your housing. Breaking a lease, you normally lose a month's rent, which is a lot of money. Maybe you and the person can both half that, or both figure out a way to do that, or I guess you have to just weigh the odds. What is your mental sanity worth? What is this relationship worth? Can you talk it out? Also, a bit of dishonesty does not necessarily mean now we have to break up. I think that there's this notion in the world that like, if you find out your partner lied to you, that's it. You got to break up. You got to break up now. You have to. It seems like there's a convention that's like, if your partner cheats or lies, then the only answer is to end things. I don't think that's necessarily true.
I mean, listen, I don't know what your financial situation is. I don't know if you can afford to break your lease. Well, obviously, you have some reservations about breaking your lease. I don't know if it's because you don't want it to impact your ability to rent things later, or don't want to end up on the street. I don't know what your situation is, so I'm going to respect that breaking the lease thing. But I agree with Bob. I don't think that just because your partner lied about going to this massage parlor that's the end of it. If you're in a relationship, you have to be willing to work things out, things that you may be unsatisfactory with, and not just resort to the worst case scenario, which is you went to a massage parlor, you didn't tell me, fuck you, I hate you and I hate your family, get out of my house. Like, I don't think it needs to be all that. I think there is conversation that can be had. Like, babe, and just be honest about the thing. That's saying that, because I'm guessing if you saw his location, he must have been sharing it with you, and you guys know that you are sharing a location. So telling him that you saw him at a massage parlor won't be like snooping, like you're spying on him. Just be like, were you at the massage parlor, and see what he says. Now, if he lies and says he wasn't at the massage parlor and you clearly saw him leaving there, be like, bitch, I saw you. Like, I saw you. So how can you have not been there? And then see what that conversation is. But I don't think the worst case scenario is the answer, which is ending it and throwing away however long this relationship is. Number two, bitch, it's just a happy ending. They wanted their second I don't know how they do happy endings there, but it's just a happy ending. I mean, clearly you guys are not open, or you guys don't do these things, but I want you to think, if this is a massage place that offers happy endings, they do this in multiple. Also, is just hearsay? Is this like known in the community that they do happy endings, or you just think that this place does it? Like, is that a fact? And if it is, bitch, is just a little handy at the end of a massage. He's not cheating on you with this person. They're not in like a relationship. It's just a little something that they do for the community. So it's, oh, Bob, you're muted. I can't hear you.
Did that fix it?
Yes.
Fierce.
Yeah, it is just a little happy ending. It is not the end of the world. It will be fine. Just have the conversation. If he lies about it, address the fact that you know he's lying because you saw his location, and see what the answer is. But I don't think you should just end things and fucking end a whole relationship over a little hand job. Girl,
well, I mean,
it's just a hand job.
I guess I don't want to minimize this person's perception of it being if it is outside of your verbal agreement or understanding with each other, then yeah, it is cheating. But I mean, if Andy got a handy, would it be fine and dandy, Monét?
Not the fucking nursery rhymes. Not Bob being Bob is the Dr. Seuss of podcast.
Call me Mother Goose.
Mother Goose. We're not in a relationship. But if Andy's when he went to a massage place and got a happy ending, I would be like, really, babe? And we honestly would probably laugh at it. But now, if he said he went to fucking Rocco's or Mickey's and got a hand job in the back, that's a different story. That I would be like, oh, that's something else. But if at a massage parlor and they gave him a little boo boo boop at the end of it, I'd be like, I would give him a little side eye, but I don't think that's enough to end the relationship over.
I mean, I agree with you. I'm just it's really interesting where people like draw the line and what means what to who. And I'm not trying to diminish. By the way, I'm not trying to diminish the severity of breaking your lease. Usually, I don't know about legal law, but usually if you break your lease and you forfeit your I believe if you break your lease and you forfeit your security deposit, it doesn't go on your record or anything. What I'm basically trying to get at is like, I also bear in mind when I got evicted, I was 19 years old. I am now 35. That is so far in my past that it doesn't affect me anymore.
Wait, Jacobson pause.
So I think me and Monét are on the same page. I don't think that every infraction of trust is cause for a relationship to end, but I think movies tell us if someone cheats, you end it.
Mm-hmm.
And
very that.
Bitch, it's a movie. Also, I found one of the comments that was tripping. I hate Bob. Bob is such a vindictive nigger. Bob is a vindictive nigger monkey, and Monét told me to say, no, I'm kidding. That's not a thing.
Okay, we did not say that. You're a mess.
But there is one comment that says, by the way, the Monation, which is not as good as Phonation.
The Monation. I love that.
Well, tell me you don't go on the Patreon without telling me you don't go on the Patreon. Also, but not the other day on when you were like, no one told me about the
what?
You were like, no one told me about the Discord, and then because I was like, when you should join the Discord, you were like, I didn't even know about the Discord. But it was tickling because everyone in the Patreon knew about the Discord.
Okay, all I'm saying is that we who work at Sibling Advicery, the two owners and Jacob, know that we're supposed to have a whole meeting with who,
everyone
and the Patreon.
Everyone at Patreon, everyone on the Patreon knew about the Discord before you did.
Yeah, the Patreon knew, but I'm saying that should not have been that way. Anyway, this is office talk. I don't want to take up the people's time with office talk, but we were supposed to have a whole meeting with Hewan, who she emailed us, by the way, with her whole crew. Anyway, you know what? We'll talk about this when we're not doing the podcast because we have this is office talk.
Don't act like you're the manager around this bitch. Don't act like you're.
Well, clearly I am.
Like
next
bitch,
question.
Clearly you are. You don't even know we had a Discord. Anyway, here's our next question. Hi dolls. I have just killed at a job interview. Dolls. Hi dolls. I just killed at a job interview that I really want. It is for a support worker that helps support addicts and those with mental health issues. I grew up with my entire family being drug/alcohol addicts, so I have a lot of personal experience. The only problem is I lied during the application and stated that I had professional experience. I created 2 fake email accounts and even paid for a professional email address to set up the illusion. My question is, have you guys ever lied for a job? How far did you take the lies? Sincerely, House of Cards.
Girl, what in the cherry pie?
Have you ever lied to get a job?
Okay, I absolutely have lied for a job. I have lied to get a job, but it has never been this deep. Bitch, you have created the Matrix. You are fucking making shit with programs and fucking sentinels. This is crazy. Yeah, I have lied for a job, but it was something like for my reference, instead of like putting like an old boss, my reference, I would put like, I think I put Bob before actually for a reference for a job, or like Dewan or something like that. And I would put their number, but I wouldn't, and I would never lie and make email accounts and respond. To me, that is crazy. You are looking to get yourself caught in like a lot of trouble. So I think that's a little crazy. I think that I cannot wait. I need to read it again. I created 2 fake email accounts and paid for a professional email address to help set up the illusion. Lord. Yeah, I have lied, but I've never taken it this far. And I think that you are setting yourself up to be caught. And they will, as fast as they may offer this job to you, they will take it the fuck away. And you're going to be sitting there looking bald-headed and confused.
Yeah, I've never lied on a resume before. You don't really have to lie to work at Applebee's. I mean, I've never, the most serious job I ever had outside of my current career was in real estate. And you also don't have to lie to get I didn't have to lie to get the job. I just had to go to real estate school, which I did. You really can't lie about that. That's kind of hard to fake, or for me anyway. But you might have been able to MacGyver some shit,
girl.
But that'd have been really tough for me to fake. And I honestly, if this ends poorly, you really can't be shocked. Like,
not at all.
if you got this job through deceit and trickery and scams and lies, then you might lose your job through truth and light and honesty and openness. Because the thing is, you're going to have to keep lying. Like a lie cannot be supported by the truth. A lie can only be supported by more lies. It is the only way for a lie to live is you have to tell more lies to prop it up. And I am concerned for your future. And I think that maybe this is a great time to move forward. I mean, I wouldn't quit the job or anything, but I would say going forward, you should definitely try to be more open and honest. Open and honest, here I am, broken record, with your resume and stuff.
I say that if they find you out, you just lie and be like, "Oh yeah, I have like I struggle with problems of lying," and like say that you need help.
Is that true?
Clearly.
I mean, just because someone lies doesn't mean they necessarily struggle with lying. I mean, but I don't know this person's mental history. But I would not feign. I personally would not feign mental illness, and as a ploy to keep your job. I think that is actively bad advice.
No, I'm kidding. I obviously do not do that. I was kidding. Yeah, I think you have. I think if they, it's gonna come up because the problem is now this is going to come up. These I feel like this is the way you set it up is going to come up again, and then what? Like if it comes up again, your only option is to either lie more or be like anything you say to dismiss these people that you made up. There's no way you can what you gonna say? Oh, they dead. That's a lie. And I don't know. I just feel like you really put yourself in like a tight spot. So if it does come up again, and then if you tell the truth, then you can end up getting fired. I don't know, girl. You put yourself in a really bad place. But I mean, keep us updated. I want to know how this turns out. I really do.
Yeah, this is a truly precarious situation that you have put yourself in. And I would be nervous at work every day, personally.
Right. Right. They'd be like, "Oh, so Sally Scissorhands that you used to work for, we would actually love to do a partnership with her for the thing. Can you?" And then they fucking email her, and then you get it. The girl is going to become a whole thing anyway.
Yeah, we also love that her name is Scissorhands. We never met someone whose last name is Scissorhands before. So can you put us back in contact with Sally Scissorhands, please?
Yeah, and is there any relation to Edward Scissorhands? Because I find this work fascinating.
Yo, put me and Monét down as a reference. I won't lie for you, but I would love to get a call.
Do not forget no reference.
I don't know that motherfucker.
Let's read the next one. Hi, Bob and Monét. I had this friend from high school, and we've been friends for 12 years. We are in our 30s now, and we find each other hot. He's been sending hints about hooking up with me, and honestly, I want him to. How do I go about hooking up with him and preserving the friendship? I should add that it's just sex I want and not a relationship. Thanks in advance. Sincerely, friends with benefits.
Interesting. You had something like this before?
I've never had something like this before. My friends always stay in the friend box. I've never been in my entire life like someone who were friends that I started hooking up with like that because that's just not how I jive. It's not how like I move in the world. So I've never been in this relationship and in this situation. But what you're saying, it sounds consensual. It seems like both of you want it. Both of you are trying to do it, and your only fear is that it won't. That you can lose a friendship. I'm seeing, but if you guys are both on the same page, I mean, that's part of the mystery that you guys could lose a friendship. I mean, I know you don't want that, but that could happen. But it's a big possibility.
Well, I don't think it's a matter of consent. I think that they also seem to be worried about the other person wanting more than just sex. And they seem to be afraid of it becoming some sort of a relationship outside of just a friendship. You know, I have one, maybe more than once. Yeah, maybe like twice now, where I've had a friend for like a few years. And then down the line, we just decided to hook up. And
Who?
Do what?
Most cat litters make it hard to take care of my cat. They get super clumpy, the dust goes everywhere, and they don't trap odors very well.
So your house smells like cat shit.
Yeah, it's horrible. Which made my whole basement, not even my house, just the basement part of the house, stink like litter box. But my cat, Miss Colleen, we deserve a cat litter that works with us. And that's why we love and use Pretty Litter.
Now, Pretty Litter's crystal formula is lightweight, ultra-absorbent, and long-lasting. It traps odors instantly, and it doesn't clump. The super lightweight crystal base is virtually dust-free, minimizing mess. Plus, Pretty Litter's crystal lasts up to a month, which means less scooping for you.
Yeah.
No scooping for me, because I'm not scooping your cat's poop.
Well, you should. As a friend, you should scoop my cat's litter.
You know what? If you really needed me to, I'd find someone else.
I don't think... Here's the smartest part about Pretty Litter. The crystals change color to help detect early signs of potential illnesses in my little kitty, including UTIs and kidney issues. Plus, Pretty Litter ships free to your door, baby, in a small, lightweight bag. You never run out of it, and you don't have to have a massive container that just has litter under your sink, under your bathroom, in the guest bedroom. You can keep it there, and it comes to your door.
Listen, I heard that Monét tried multiple other cat litters, and all of them left her house with a funky smell. I was here. Pretty Litter always leaves the house smelling fresh. And honestly, as a friend, I feel confident coming over, knowing that I won't smell Colleen's poop.
Maybe she should just start pooping on your clothes. How about that?
You know what? On the cars.
On the cars. Pretty Litter works for me, trapping odors, not clumping, and gives me a peace of mind. That's why I love it. You and your cat will love it too.
Go to prettylitter.com/rivalry to save 20% on your first order. That's prettylitter.com/rivalry to save 20%. prettylitter.com/rivalry. So listen, I love books.
Oh my God,
and I love reading, but in my day-to-day life, I really don't have time to sit down and read a book cover to cover. Plus, reading a book tangibly makes me very sleepy. So I switched to listening to audiobooks on Audible, and it's really a game changer. I can listen to books, podcasts, amazing comedy, and even theatrical performances while I put on my makeup, working out, or just doing some boring paperwork.
Audible has everything from bestsellers and new releases to celebrity memoirs, languages, business, motivation. They also have original podcasts that I love and highly recommend. Go check out It Burns. It's a great podcast about competitive chili eating.
You know, I want to recommend another podcast as well. I recommend that you go check out me and Kate McKinnon's audio comedy called Heads Will Roll, where I played Tim Gunn's
boyfriend. A supporting character.
No, I was Tim Gunn's partner.
Yeah, supporting.
Yeah, I wasn't the main character, but I was in it. Now, recently they just launched their newest plan, Audible Plus. With Audible Plus, you get full access to Audible Plus catalog, which is filled with thousands and thousands of select originals, audiobooks, and podcasts, including ad-free versions of popular shows, as well as exclusive series.
Yes, and I will say, Heads Will Roll, top tier.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Those compliments you wanted. There you go. You just got one right there.
Well, that was more of a compliment to Meryl Streep and Tim Gunn, my co-stars.
Oh my God.
Meryl Streep is in it.
To use your Audible membership, you need to download the Audible app. The Audible app is free and can be installed on all smartphones and tablets. You can listen across devices like Amazon, Alexa-enabled devices without losing your spot.
Visit audible.com/rivalry or text rivalry to 500-500 to start your free 30-day trial. Again, that's
audible.com/rivalry or text rivalry to 500-500 to start your free 30-day trial. Read. It's fundamental.
Do you know why free trials renew without your consent? It's a business scam out to get you. Don't let greedy corporations pocket your money. Download Truebill to take control of your subscriptions. Truebill is a new app that helps you identify and stop paying for subscriptions you don't need, want, or simply forgot about. On average, people save up to $720 a year with Truebill because companies make subscriptions hard to cancel. Truebill makes it incredibly simple. Just link your accounts and Truebill will cancel your unwanted subscriptions in one tap. And your Truebill concierge is there when you need them to cancel unwanted subscriptions so you don't have to. Truebill can also help you track and understand your credit score, get the best rates on your existing bills, create a budget that works for you, understand and grow your net worth, and get a pay advance when you need it. Eligibility varies.
You know, I used Truebill before it was cool. Before they sponsored Sibling Rivalry, because I had so many things between some OnlyFans and a lot of things that were racking up my bills. Truebill got me right together, and legitimately, I'm saving upwards of $400 a year.
I sign up for stuff all the time, especially when it's like just 30 days just to watch this one thing. After 30 days, I forget.
Girl, all the time.
You know who remembers? Miss Bill. From the legendary house of Bill. Give it up for True.
Don't fall for subscription scams. Start canceling today at truebill.com/rivalry.
Go right now. That's truebill.com/rivalry. It could save you thousands a year.
At truebill.com/rivalry. Who, bitch? You heard me. You heard me. Y'all saw this nigga actually hear me and be like, what?
No, I didn't hear you because we were talking at the same time. But I'll tell you. I think anyway. So, and you know, I'm still friends with both of them. We're still buddies, and we still text back and forth and chat and I even one of them I even still like flirt and sex back and forth with. And I think that for me, I will say for us, it did not start as just once we started talking, we were like kind of dating, but not officially dating in any capacity. And the other one was just like a one night of fooling around. And we just ended up still being friends afterwards. But it's important to establish up front that, especially, are you in a relationship with someone else and you don't want, or do you not want a relationship in general, or just you don't want a relationship with this person? Because I found that when people say like, oh, I'm not looking for a relationship, and then they end up dating someone else, I'd be like, so what's the truth then, bitch? What's the truth? I thought you were looking for a fucking relationship. You know what I mean?
Well, everyone's different. Maybe they weren't looking for a relationship and then they hooked up with this other person and that ended up happening. Sometimes that shit just happens, and that's fine too.
Yeah, it still hurts.
And
someone's like, I'm just not looking to date anyone right now. You've heard people say, I'm not looking to date anyone right now. Then what the fuck's going on? 2 weeks later, what's that about?
Well, bitch, that's not my problem. This person did it right. This person, I just had a better connection, and I'm not going to be chastised for having a connection with this person that I had sex with.
We're not talking about you. You really made this personal.
I'm not saying me. I'm this person. I'm talking the voice of this person. Yeah, I think that sex. I think sex is a muddy ground that you can lose a friendship. I think you'd be naive to go into this not knowing, not thinking that you guys cannot be friends after this. Like maybe y'all fuck and some weird shit happens, or they expose some kink to you that you're like, oh my God, and it makes you feel weird. Like using the friendship is a possibility, but just go in knowing that you guys are two grown ass fucking adults in your 30s, and then this person wants to fucking take some shit and fucking Rafiki your forehead with it. Just be like, I'm not cool with that, and then move on. I just think that you just need to know that something can happen with sex that you may not jive with, and you can't hold that against a friendship. You have to separate the sex from the friend.
Well, that's like that's like a very hard left turn.
I'm speaking for me. If I was hooking up with a friend and then that happened and then they like came out the way, and again, I'm not king shaming, it's just be something that I'm not into, that it would like take me by shock. And they're like, then they express some shit to me. I'm like, whoa, I would have to separate that from my friend and be like, that was a sexual thing. But we're still cool.
My friend and I if my longtime friend and I decided to hook up and they had a kink that I wasn't into, I don't think it would ruin my friendship. I probably would just stop having sex with them. Like me knowing that this person likes to shit on people wouldn't make me it wouldn't ruin my friendship with them. It would ruin our sexual dynamic for sure. But I don't think it'd ruin my friendship. I don't think I've ever had sex like ruin a friendship or interaction that I've ever had with anyone in my entire life. But maybe that's I
have for sure.
And that's standard.
When someone shit on my chest against my will, I have never talked to that person ever since that day.
Were you friends?
I have never. I mean, we were hooking up steadily for like a year, over a year. Like we would text here and there, like yeah. But after that, I was like, "Bitch, no, you do not contact me. Don't you ever talk to me."
Was it a kink or was it an accident?
It was a kink.
I don't know. I'm asking. Damn.
Well, you clearly don't listen to The Bald and the Beautiful, because I talked about it on that episode of The Bald and the Beautiful. Hard turds only.
Anyway. You're right. I don't listen. You caught me. I don't listen to Bald and the Beautiful.
Wow. So you don't support your white friends?
You know, some of them I do, but I don't listen to that one podcast. That is one podcast I don't listen to, which is the truth for me. But I don't know. I do think that non-consensual kink is a problem.
Right.
But if someone's like asking, I think what I'm thinking is I'm assuming that whatever you all are doing will be consensual. And if you're not sexually compatible, I can still be friends with someone that I'm not sexually compatible with.
Oh yeah, for sure,
I'll just stop
I
having
was
sex
talking
with
in
them.
my experience. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think that if your friend is trying to shit on you without your permission, this goes deeper than just this. There's a lot to unravel in this in terms of trust, and maybe you need to take a step back and see if this person is something. Anyway, aloha, Monet and Bob. I need sex advice, please. I'm an 18-year-old gay male, and I recently come out of the closet during my first year in college. So since I'm gay now,
Ooh.
during the blowjobs, do I need to swallow the cum every time? How do you don't know what is expected of me in the community during these moments? I'm terrified because I've only tasted cum before. I've only tasted my cum before. I hated the taste. I actually threw up afterwards. Anyway. I also have a super sensitive gag reflex, and I'm afraid I'll be a horrible gay if I voice my concerns about giving head, or in Bob's voice, slurpity suckity. Please help if you have any tips on how you've learned to make giving oral a more pleasurable experience. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. P.S. As a native Hawaiian, I've tried the pineapple thing to make mine taste better. Doesn't work. Still gross. Sincerely, he's just not giving.
Okay. Girl, okay, let me tell you this. When you suck that dick and they reward you with cum, that is a reward, baby. You accept it as such. You swallow that shit, okay? You like, thank you. I've been waiting for this. But if you have, oh wait, so you've only doing swallow. The truth is, you do not need to swallow every time. And again, you can find, if you do not like the taste of cum, you don't need to. I was just kidding before. If you like cum, bitch, just go get it at the store. You can get it anywhere, really. But if you don't like the taste of cum, you don't have to swallow every time. And I think you can. What?
Go get cum at the store.
What? Yes, girl. You can get you some nut at the store. But if you do not enjoy the taste of cum, you do not need to feel the pressure to swallow it every time you give a blowjob and the person comes. You do not have to do that. And if the person that you're having sex with is they make you feel pressure to do that, or make you feel like you're not finishing the job, or you're not doing the whole thing because you don't swallow their load, then that person's a toxic person that you should not be sucking their dick and you should not be fucking anyway. And if it's just a one night stand, a hookup that you never see again, who cares, bitch? When they come, either as they're about to come, take the dick out your mouth and let it come on your hands or shoot wherever it goes. Or if swallowing it is a part you don't like, let it come in your mouth and just spit it out afterwards. But do not feel the pressure to come. And I agree. The pineapple thing, I've never tasted my own cum. Everything said, people like, you never tasted your own. Like, no, I've never had the inclination to taste my own jizz. I'm not into that. But I've heard that, so I don't know how mine tastes, but I have tasted cum before, and I have never tasted one that has tasted like pineapples, especially people who smoke. Like, if you smoke cigarettes, oh my God, your cum tastes like fucking battery acid. And you should not feel the pressure to swallow that shit. That shit is nasty.
It doesn't taste like pineapple. It just tastes better if you eat pineapple. And as someone who has accidentally tasted Monet's cum, it's disgusting. No, I have a couple of thoughts.
Yeah, you do.
And their names are Jacob and Ezra. First of all, in my honest opinion, and I'm not, cum is an acquired taste, and you can acquire it. Like, after the first time, you're like, this tastes wild. And after a while, it just honestly, for me, just kind of stops. It doesn't taste weird anymore. And that was just for me. The first time I was kind of like, this is wild. Like, how do people do this? And now I'm like, oh, it's just a taste of cum. It's just a taste of cum. Another trick.
Have you ever tasted bad cum though? Someone that smokes cigarettes, you never tasted that shit. It tastes crazy.
Well, I was going to say another trick to not taste the cum is, which seems to be a problem for this wonderful little Kanaka Mahu, is if you don't want to taste the cum, when they're coming, you just push it all the way to the back of the throat, and you just skip right over the taste buds. You don't taste anything. It just goes all the way down the hatch, and then That's another trick, but that also seems to be a problem for our little baby here. I think that if you want to suck dick, if you're asking like how can I get better, you have to just keep trying and keep practicing. You have to soften the palate. You have to just kind of like
Less
accept.
teeth.
You also have to consider the angles you're at. Some people, it's the shape of the penis. If the penis curves down, it'll probably be easier to swallow. And if it curves up, you might want to lie on your back and let them go in that way. It'll just find
Or
its way.
69. 69 is a great way for that.
It'll find its way down the chute. But I do think that a lot of people in the queer community do expect to get, when they're getting the suckety slurpity, they do expect to get the swallowy wallowy as well. But if you just say I don't swallow, and I'm sure they'll be fine. Like it's head.
Or
No one's gonna turn down.
also,
People are probably not going to turn down head because you're not swallowing.
Also, just also to kind of piggyback on Bob's point, if you don't like swallowing, make them maybe perhaps you like a facial. Make them know that your kink is you want it to come on your face, so that you are mixing them up all together. So as they come, they'll let you know, so that they'll just nut on your face. And that way you're not tasting it. But then, bitch, that shit get in your eye. And now talk about battery acid. You will literally burn your fucking retinas, bitch, if that cum gets on your eyeballs. You be sitting there looking blind as hell.
How do you feel about the taste of cum? Do you swallow cum, Monét?
I swallow cum for sure.
How do you feel about the taste of it?
That I don't. Again, if it's not like an avid smoker, it's fine. It tastes like whatever. But if it's like someone who
do you
smokes
think you
a lot,
acquired the taste over time? Like at first, I was kind of like, "Oh my god, this is new," but but then after a while, I was just like, it just tastes like cum. Like I'm just used to tasting cum.
yeah. But I mean, and not like like years. Like it took me like I had that I don't like that. Like it's like a weird taste, like a solid like 2 years. And then I was like, then it subsided. But it wasn't like 3 guys. I was like, oh, this is great. It took me like a year to be like, for sure.
Yeah, maybe you just gotta. I don't know how frequently Monét was swallowing cum. Maybe it's if you get someone to give you some frequent samples, you can speed up the process of getting used to the taste. Maybe Monét was spacing them out between her opera career and her singing.
Also, and let me tell you, when I was a singer,
by the time Monét was in college, she was already 50 men down. This is middle school on the train. I forgot.
Excuse me. How many times do you think I was having sex? When I said I had sex in middle school, when I had my first sexual experience, we weren't fucking every day. It was like once a year. So just because I had my first experience in middle school doesn't mean I was fucking sucking the dick at lunchtime every day.
But when we first said, you said I used to go to the glory holes or whatever, or the sex stores or whatever.
Yeah, my friends and I, we would go to the sex stores and this was high school. My friends and I would go to the sex store because
on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, we'd go to the sex store, but we wouldn't we were also like high school kids who were like worried about, so we wouldn't go and fucking have sex at glory holes. We would go in there and be like high schools. We were walking and be like, oh my God, it wouldn't be like we would be in there yeah, I need 5 minutes, man. It was like we were high schoolers. We were fucking young, immature high school kids. Like, oh my God, bitch. It was that. It wasn't like
you saying you didn't go to Euphoria High.
I did not go to Euphoria High. Also, for tips for sucking dick, another one. If you are getting complaints that you're a little toothy, might try sucking the dick and putting cooking a so that you're not scratching the dick up with your dick too. That is also a good way to practice good dick sucking skills by covering your bottom and top teeth with your lips.
Yeah. Do you have a little mouth? I mean, how big is this dick that you're trying to suck? Sometimes everyone's not built for sucking big dicks. Some people got to hang out with, something less than crazy. But also, luckily for you, most people in the world don't have huge dicks. So,
Yeah. Work. Let's read the next one. Hi, Monét and Bob. I'm a male bottom. My boyfriend is not very endowed. We're talking 3 to 4 inches hard. I love him a lot. Excuse me. I love him a lot, but I don't know if I am super sexually attracted because of that. Do you have any ideas on what we can do to make sex better with this being the case? I don't want to make him feel bad about it, and I'm also afraid that if I use a dildo larger than him, it will never be pleasurable having sex with him afterwards. He is also the only person I have ever had anal sex with, so I don't even know what that is supposed to feel like. Sincerely, Shortcomings. Roberta.
Interesting. So you've never had sex with a bigger dick, but you're sure you want to try it. So, I don't know that assholes are quite like if you use a bigger dildo every now and then, that your boyfriend's dick will never be able to accommodate you again. That's not quite how assholes work. It's not like it's not gaped out for the rest of your life. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I also think that if you and your partner are open to other things, like there's this thing called penis extender that you can like literally put on your penis to make your penis basically like bigger, but it's like a hollowed out dildo basically. And honestly, Mary, if your partner's dick is 3 or 4 inches, they know they have a small penis. They already know, and they're probably aware that they're going to need to make some accommodations for their size. Maybe it's one of those. Maybe you and your partner might be into cucking. Maybe it'll be one of those things. Maybe your partner is a bottom too and doesn't know it. Who knows? Maybe you're one of those couples that invites over tops to fuck you both. You know what I mean? I think that feeling sexually fulfilled is really important for me. And having a partner that is open to me being sexually fulfilled is also very, very important to me. So I think that if you're planning on being just each other, I would explore maybe trying the penis extender, which they do have. You can just put it right over your penis, or maybe try inviting another person to the room, so that you two can hook up. Also, offering up two people is a lot of leverage on the apps. You can really jump to the front of the line.
Oh, a penis extender. Interesting. I never seen that before.
Yeah.
Penis
There's this
extender.
guy that I follow on Twitter who I found out about him through him. His name was like Cage Jock or something, and he's into chastity and like lock and key, and he only tops with a dildo. He only pegs, he says.
I think toys will be a great addition to the bedroom, and because maybe you can introduce your partner. Like again, you can obviously work your way up because your partner is the first person you bottom for. You haven't bottom for an array of penises, only that one. So maybe you guys can really get into, and he can find a lot of sexual pleasure in this. I have a couple friends like this where their partner just gets different toys. And the partner really gets off on like putting toys in there, like bigger ones, and like stretching their partner out. So maybe you guys can find as a couple something that's really going to invigorate you both sexually that you guys don't do now. So I would say take a trip to the store together, and well before you do that, Gage is interested in it. Maybe watch some porn about it, and so you guys can like see like how people really get into it and how it can turn you guys both on, and try to explore different toys. And maybe your partner will really get off on going like bigger and bigger on you. And maybe you might become a fucking fisting bot. Who knows? The possibilities are really endless. But I would say start with toys and play around with awakening new sexual desires that you guys can do together, so that he doesn't feel like you just want to go get other dicks if you guys are in a close relationship, and it doesn't make him feel inferior, and it doesn't make him feel wanted and desired, because I can tell that you still want to play with your partner, but you just want to try different things. And the fact of the matter is you have the equipment you have. You can't, I mean, there are surgeries. I've seen surgeries you can enlarge or whatever. That is a thing. What I'm saying, you guys both have what you have. So maybe the answer is finding toys to play with that you guys can both stimulate he can stimulate you. And like Bob said, maybe he's a bottom too, and you can start stimulating him, and you guys can really find and awaken some new sexual stuff that you guys will both feel fulfilled.
It also sounds like you're not very sexually experienced. Bitch, you might be the top.
Right.
You might be the top of this list. You have no clue. You know what I mean? I don't know what you're working with, and if what you have your partner can accommodate. But maybe that is true. But also, I do want to say, I don't think that you should prioritize, in my opinion, but this might be toxic advice. I don't think you should prioritize your partner's feelings over your own. You need to prioritize your own feelings. You can always consider your partner, but your feelings need to be the priority, in my opinion.
Work. Yeah.
Hi, Bob and Monet. I guess my question is mainly for Bob. I'm not sure if you ever shared your story about why you decided to go sober, but recently I've been thinking about going sober myself. I don't see myself as an alcoholic. I'm not drinking by myself during the week or hiding it from my friends and family, but when I go out to the bars and hang out with my friends, I drink to the point of blacking out. Any advice or tips about living a sober lifestyle while still in your 20s would be incredibly helpful. Love y'all. Somebody who should probably be sober. Um, you know, drinking, being an alcoholic is not necessarily what you see in the movies. It's not like sitting in a room by yourself, sad, drinking, Cuddy Sark and beating up your family. Like it doesn't necessarily have to be that. You know, being an alcoholic can mean a lot of things. I think if the alcohol, this is for each person to decide. I cannot decide for you if you're an alcoholic. But for me, if drinking alcohol is having a major impediment, is majorly impeding my life, be it through personal relationships, work relationships, or romantic relationships, then alcohol is a problem for me. For me, it was professional, and my friendships were all suffering because of my drinking. And that's really not something that happens frequently for people who are not alcoholics. I will say that I don't think most people black out every time they go out to bars with their friends. Again, I can't tell you that you're an alcoholic, but I can say that I don't think most people black out every time they go drink. That is cause for alarm, and I don't think that everyone's rock bottom looks different. You don't have to be in a gutter, homeless and in the middle of a divorce with your family hating you. Everyone's rock bottom is completely different. That's why if you go to the rooms, you'll hear people qualifying, and after a while, you'll be like, "Wow, I resonate with that one. That's my story. That one actually makes more sense to me than hearing the folks who were like, I was drinking a pint in the morning and a pint in the evening of vodka, not beer." And I had to drink to stop shaking. That's not everyone's story. I did not have the delirium tremor. I wasn't shaking. But it was seriously impeding my work life and my friendships, which is why I stopped drinking.
As someone who is new to SRA, I've found that listening to the podcast 3 times a week has really helped me, because I think just the 2 episodes, the rivalry and the advisory, wasn't enough, and it has really helped me.
What is SRA?
Sibling Rivalry Anonymous.
All right, bitch, read the next question.
That's it. We're done. We're done on the questions.
No, there's a new page.
No, those are unedited of what you have there. Also, we're over an hour.
Oh, work.
Yeah. Wow. So yeah, I am the manager of this podcast, because this bitch don't know what the fuck is going on. That's what's going on, y'all.
Well, we have to close that can't be
the close
episode. We got to close the episode out. Imagine
all
us
right,
having a close episode.
All right, Bob. We have done another advisory. I think that my favorite question today. What was your favorite advice that you gave today?
Teaching a young queer how to suck dick is always a joy.
My God. Yeah, me too. Because I think that it is our duty as queer. I'm not an elder. I feel like I'm a queer.
Oh,
not a queer.
Damn you all.
I'm a drag. I am a drag senior. I wouldn't say I'm a drag elder. I feel like I'm like a what level of drag are you? I feel like I'm like somewhere between a drag junior senior.
Well, how long have you been doing?
I've been in drag 10 years. Oh my God, this year is 10 years.
Damn.
You swear, bitch, you could never be Kevin Hart. You will never be Kevin Hart. Let's get that straight. You could never.
You're right.
Be that funny.
You're right. I'm about a foot and a half away from being Kevin Hart.
I feel like I'm a drag junior going into my senior.
I feel like I'm a sophomore. I mean, I feel like
you're definitely a drag senior for sure.
Why am I a senior? If
you've been doing it for over 10 years.
No, 20. 20 is senior.
Shaquita's an elder. We talked about this before. Shaquita's an elder. You're a drag senior.
I don't like that. I don't want to be that. That is, I don't want that label. It doesn't interest me. Doesn't speak to me. Doesn't speak to me. I'll see.
Yeah, I really like telling people.
I'll see you at the junior prom.
Telling people how to suck dick. Loved giving that advice for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.